Hi Stephanie, how you doing today?
I'm a little stressed out.
You a little stressed out?
Yeah.
What's been going on?
Well, as we were talking about before, I've been spending a lot of money, and it's just really, really getting me into trouble with my husband, and we've been arguing a lot over it. It's a big issue in our marriage.
Alright, so you're spending a lot of money. It's leading to arguments,
Yeah.
causing problems in your marriage.
Right.
And how much are you spending kind of relative to what you would want to spend?
Well, originally, we tried to budget, and we have credit cards, but right now it's at its worst, and I'm probably spending what we had in our budget for a year, but I'm spending it in about a month.
Alright, so about 12 times, you're spending about 12 times more than you would want to,
What we had agreed to
what you'd
previously.
agreed to.
Yeah.
And what do you think motivates the spending?
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm upset, I'll go spend money. Like if we got into an argument or something, I'll go spend money. Or if I'm feeling depressed, like we talked about before, I'll spend money on things to make me feel better. Or sometimes my kids, I'll spend money on things for them. So different things.
Alright, so there's different triggers
Yeah.
to spending, and some spending, of course, is all right, but you feel like you're spending too much.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of like my go-to when I'm stressed out is I'll spend money.
All right, so I'd like to try a technique called acting as if. Right, that's the name of the technique from Adlerian therapy. Right, and it involves coming up with a few behaviors that you think that you can try out and try them out in a way where you act as if they're going to work, you act as if you're confident they're going to work, and that you can do them. Right? So it's
Okay.
kind of like experimenting with behaviors.
Okay.
So what I like to do with this technique is try to pick a few behaviors and then try to determine which one of those behaviors you're most likely to be able to follow through with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right. So what behaviors do you think you could engage in that would restrict this problem of spending?
Well, before I've tried just to not spend money, just to cut myself off totally. So I've tried that before.
So one behavior is to not spend any,
Yeah, it's
Any
really
money.
hard.
even though you do have to spend some
Right.
as part of like normal course of life.
Right.
You've tried just stopping. Okay, that's one. What's another behavior you think could work?
Another thing, maybe I could like put a limit, like a cap, like I can only spend so much money.
All right. So setting a cap, like maybe monthly.
Yeah, like a limit or something, like how much to put on my credit card monthly.
All right. So you would create a new budget, or
Yeah.
or maybe adhere to the previous
Old one.
budget.
Yeah.
Right? And you would try to stay in those bounds.
Mhm.
All right. So that's the second one. Do you have any other ideas for behaviors?
Well, when I typically spend money, it's on the credit card because it's fast and I never carry cash on me. So maybe I could give my husband my card or something, so then that way I'm not tempted to spend it.
All right. So this behavior would be handing your credit card to your husband, asking
Yeah.
him to hang on to it for you,
Yeah,
kind of keep it away from you.
right.
All right. Do you think that all three of those behaviors would lead to your symptoms being reduced, the spending being reduced?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I would be really anxious trying not to spend money. Like my anxiety level of, like with the first one of trying to cut myself off, my anxiety would be really high with that.
All right, so just stopping spending altogether, your anxiety
Yeah.
symptoms would increase. And what do you think would happen with the spending?
I mean, I think ultimately I would spend more
You'd
because
spend
I'd
more.
be stressed out.
Because the anxiety would go.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe that behavior, maybe that doesn't have the greatest probability of succeeding for you of the three.
Mhm.
Would you agree?
Probably.
Okay. So could be a behavior in the future?
Like to work up towards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But maybe in the short term, we look for one of the other two where there's a higher probability. So let's talk about setting the cap. Is that something you've ever tried before?
I feel like, I mean, we set the budget, and so we did kind of have a cap, not monthly, but we did say per year, well, we kind of want to spend this, and I'm already not really doing it. So, because when push comes to shove and I'm really stressed out, I'll spend it. So, I feel like it hasn't been working this far.
Right. So that behavior, if you could kind of follow through, that would still be useful.
But it's a little
not
hard
one-
right now.
Yeah, it's not one you feel you can follow through with.
Yeah.
All right, so how about giving the credit card to your husband to hold on to for you?
I think it might be a little hard at first, but I feel like I like that option because if there was something really important that I needed to buy or something I felt was important, I could ask for the card back.
Right, you could still take care of the expenses if you have to.
Or for the kids or whatever, I could ask for the card back and do it that way.
So once you made what we'll call a necessary purchase or a
Yeah.
purchase within the bounds that you set, you would just give them the card back.
Right, and because it physically wasn't there, all I would have to do is just give it to him. And it's physically not there to be tempting.
All right. So that would be a little tough for you, but you think that's one you could follow through with.
Yeah, I feel like it would be easier. It would suck at first, but it would be easier.
Easier than the other two.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it a behavior that you can be confident in, like that you believe would be successful for you?
Yeah, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
And I think it would work.
All right. So it sounds like you have the most confidence in that one.
Mhm.
You think that's going to work, that has the best chance of working, and that's a behavior you believe you can really follow through with.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So let's do this, if you're agreeable to this. Let's not worry about the other two behaviors right now.
Okay.
All right. One will increase your anxiety, as you mentioned. The other one you don't think you can really follow through with. You tried
Yeah.
before. Those could be something we look to the future, maybe.
Mhm.
All right, as we talked about with the first one. Let's focus on the giving the credit card to your husband during the when you've spent what you need to spend, during the time when you would have it otherwise, when you
Okay.
wouldn't be making purchases you want to make, you would let him hold on to that.
Okay.
Right, so that would be a behavior you'd have to repeat many times, right?
Right.
Because you'd have to take it, make a purchase that was necessary,
And give it back.
and then give it back. So that would be challenging, but it seems like you have a good amount of confidence in that.
I think I could do it.
You could do that.
Mhm.
All right, so let's focus on carrying out that behavior. When do you think you could start with that?
I mean, I really don't have too much that I really need right now, so I could probably do it soon.
You don't have any expenses to take care of now or purchases?
Like, I
to
mean,
make?
we just went grocery shopping, so not like immediate needs that are important. Besides, like, clothes or, just fun shopping things. No, nothing important.
All right, so you could start that right away.
Mhm.
All right. So once you try that behavior, and when I see you again in a week, probably by that time you would have had to take the credit card back once or twice to make purchases and
Yeah.
give it back to him. So we'll see kind of how that works out.
Okay.
So when you're going to engage that behavior, it may feel difficult, awkward, restrictive.
Mhm.
Right? So part of the acting as if technique is to kind of believe that it's going to work for you.
Okay.
Right? Have confidence in it, even though it might not feel like it's going to work. You know that if you don't have the credit card, you're not going to spend.
Right.
So try to build up some confidence
Okay.
as you cycle through and take the card and give the card back
Okay.
through that process.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Mhm.
All right. So try that out, and I'll see you in a week.
All right. Thank
Thanks.
you.